Welcome, fitness friends. In this video, I want to go over 3 strategies that you can use to increase your insulin sensitivity. See, insulin is a storage hormone. It's an incredibly important hormone within the body. Insulin is there to help you store away excess calories, right? Like carbohydrates are stored away in your muscle and your liver. Fat gets stored in fat cells. But if you're not able to lower blood sugar with insulin, you're going to have so many health problems, unfortunately. That's how you become type 2 diabetic, metabolic syndrome, fatty liver disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. All the bad things start happening when your blood sugar is high and you become insulin resistant. Okay, insulin resistant means the cells within, say, your muscle cells, your liver cells, your fat cells are just not responding to insulin. The pancreas is producing this insulin, but it's having a hard time storing away these excess calories. It's having a hard time lowering blood sugar. But there are things you can do that increases your insulin sensitivity. Now, the first thing you can do is to switch to more of a low carbohydrate diet. And I'm going to reference a study. In this particular study, when people reduced their carbohydrates for just 2 weeks, they increased their insulin sensitivity by over 75%, which is really incredible. See, unfortunately, carbohydrates do spike insulin the most. Like more than protein, more than fats. Proteins will spike insulin a little bit too, but nothing like processed type carbohydrates. Like sugar and bread, things along the lines of that are gonna really spike insulin. And if you're constantly spiking insulin, eating like a high carbohydrate diet, eating multiple meals a day, what happens is the body becomes resistant to it. You're just overdoing it. So a low carbohydrate diet can really help with insulin sensitivity. Now, the second thing you can do to increase your insulin sensitivity is to start exercising. Studies have shown that literally 1 bout of exercise can increase your insulin sensitivity for 16 hours after just exercising once. Plus, there's other research showing more of the long-term effects of exercising regularly can really increase your insulin sensitivity. One way to look at it is like this: when you're exercising, you're burning up stored energy. So for example, if your muscles and liver were like full with stored glycogen, stored carbohydrates, but then when you work out, you're depleting it. When you eat carbohydrates, it'll be easier for the insulin to store away those excess carbs because you've depleted them from your muscles and your liver. See, insulin resistance can be extremely complex. Besides the cells not responding to insulin, like the muscle cells and the liver cells and the fat cells, sometimes it could also be that the muscles and the liver are just full to the brim with stored calories, and it's just like no place for them to go. So even though the insulin is trying to work, there's no place, there's no more room to store these excess calories. So that's one of the amazing things that exercise will do. It's going to deplete your glycogen stores, and it's going to increase your insulin sensitivity. Now, a third thing you can do to increase your insulin sensitivity is to start intermittent fasting. Now, there are multiple studies showing how intermittent fasting does increase your insulin sensitivity, but this particular study talked about how fasting for 20 hours every other day dramatically increased the participants in the study insulin sensitivity without even losing weight. Like in this particular study, they wanted to make sure the participants didn't lose weight because they didn't want that to be a factor. They just wanted to see, will a 20-hour fast, that alone, increase insulin sensitivity? And it really did. There was a dramatic improvement. Plus, I've read numerous other studies showing how intermittent fasting does increase your insulin sensitivity. So this is what I recommend. Start off easy, but start experimenting with all three of these strategies. Okay, one thing you can do is try to reduce those like really empty calorie carbohydrates out of your diet. Get rid of the processed food, get rid of the sugar, get rid of the soda, the cookies, the cakes. Get the garbage out of your diet. Great way to reduce carbohydrates. If you can get your carbs down to 100, 150 grams a day, you'll be doing great. Okay. The second thing you want to do, you want to start exercising. Nothing better than walking. It's the simplest and easiest way to improve your health, I think, is just start walking. You can start with 10-minute walks. You can do 3 10-minute walks a day. You can take a 30-minute walk, but schedule it into your program. I think first thing in the morning is the best time. And then you may want to fool around with just a little bit of resistance training, just real simple movements, maybe some body weight squats, some push-ups, and maybe some planks. If you want to learn more about that, below this video, I give you a link where I'll send you like a description of how to do these exercises. And then you want to start experimenting with intermittent fasting. Start off real easy. You can start with just a 12-hour fast. Nothing simpler than that. So all you have to do is eat breakfast a little bit later, eat dinner a little bit sooner. So if you want to learn more about intermittent fasting, I have a number of videos on my channel about that. Check out this video. It maps out a great 4-week low carb intermittent fasting program that you can get started on.